I'm not starting my videos. Okay, whatever. I kind of like the feeling of talking to a camera. So I'm gonna do a quick little story time that I don't have to edit, and I can upload literally right now, and I can work on the title later tonight when I'm going to bed, and then I gotta put it on the video. So yeah, isn't that grand? I'm not gonna edit this video. It's a story time. So if you get, and it's a short story time. I just wanted to talk to the camera, release some feelings, share with the community. Also, 80 months in Stranger Things is fine. That was a feeling I was holding in for a while now. Steve, though. Steve, top tier Steve. If I had to rank the dudes, Steve, then Eddie, then Jonathan. I wasn't really feeling Jonathan. And any other dudes, Lucas. No, Lucas, then Jonathan. Story time. I haven't done a story time in a while, but but I feel like I don't really get views. But when my views and when I started caring more about this channel, I started with story time. So, well, actually, I started with a nail video, but story times. I was doing story times, so I'm gonna do story time. When I was doing those story times, some people may have noticed, but you probably didn't. I had a little mark on my forehead, and I have a couple pictures, but not on this phone, of the marks on my forehead. So we're gonna talk about that. It all started one day last summer. Don't remember the day, nor do I remember the month. I think it was a couple weeks before school started. And honestly, sponsor me. You're a big part of this story. So I was playing, where me and my cousins and my brother were playing outside. We were just running around doing sporty things like football, soccer, other sports, probably basketball. But we got bored. We came in, ate some dinner, and then we came back. We went back out, and then we were kind of bored. But we decided we wanted to play cops and robbers. Never have we played that game before, so we all made up the rules on the spot. And it was a fun game. We played like a few rounds. I was getting tired, and I honestly didn't want to play the game in the first place. But I wasn't gonna sit up there alone, because it was either I joined them or I sit alone, and I was gonna play. So I joined them, and I was wearing pink Crocs. I never showed you guys. I have a picture of them, but I wear these pink Crocs to school all the time because they're real Crocs, and my other Crocs that are bigger, that fit me better, are off-brand. I'm not wearing those to school. So, those pink Crocs, I was running in them, like, because I was the robber. No, yeah, I was the robber, and I had escaped. And this is gonna be a short story time. I'm only 3 minutes in. I'm kind of done with the story, but we're 3 minutes in. Not 3 minutes in. I was a robber, and I'm in the Crocs, and I didn't have them in sports mode, and I was full speed charging down the street. And next thing I know, I don't even know exactly what happens. It was kind of a blur, but what I think happened was I think I tripped over my own foot, or I think that the Croc rubberness was not going good on the street pavement, and it just kind of stopped, and I kind of went. And according to the people that saw me fall, my head kind of hit the ground and bounced in, hit the ground again, hit the ground again, and I got up real slowly because I thought I was gonna get up and just oozing blood everywhere. They were like, so my cousin and my brother, they were behind me. They saw it happen, so they were like, "Oh, shoot, are you okay?" But my other cousin that was in front of me was dying laughing until he turned around and saw me on the ground. He was like, "Oh, it's not funny anymore." And so I got up slowly because I had thought, I was terrified to get up because I had thought when I was going to get up, it was just going to be blood, oozy goozy boozy, down my face. And, I mean, I was bleeding, but it wasn't enough that was running down my face. But I was also bleeding on my hand, so I didn't tell which blood was mine from my hand or from my forehead. But there was some blood here, and some blood on my hands. Everything hurt. If I tell you, I was kind of cut everywhere. I had a cut on my knee, I was bleeding on my knee, on my stomach, on my hand, on my arm, on my forehead. That was the biggest concern. And then I walked slowly. I held back the tears. And then I started playing the little blame game because I was kind of upset because I was in pain. And I didn't cry, but then I was like, I didn't want to play that stupid game anyway. If you guys just listen to me, we rode our bikes around the neighborhood and none of this would have happened. And like, I went in, and then I went to my mom, and she was like, "Oh, she don't play when it comes to like head injuries, because you know people be going like things be happening over head injuries." So she was like taking it serious, and I thought I was gonna lose my memory or something. I was freaking out because I'm a little stupid. Surprise! I hear the stairs. Surprise! I'm stupid. So I'm inside getting bandaged up. I'm kind of my everything hurts. Um, I couldn't walk because the injury in my knee was real bad. Did my knee hurt worse than my head, but my head looked worse than my knee, so it was kind of throwing people off. Like they didn't know where to care about. So my cousins were spending the night, so I kind of just ruined everyone's mood. Like we were all laughing at funny stuff, but I went upstairs to go to bed early. But you know, concussions, you're not supposed to go to sleep, so I couldn't go to sleep for a while, and I really wanted to. So, which sucks, because even when I wanted to go to sleep and could, I couldn't, because not because of my head. Like, I mean, it hurt to move like anything on my face, but I couldn't like roll over, move my leg at all. I couldn't move my leg like at all. This is kind of short. I might combine two story times. Like when I first had my first Charlie horse, because I get those a lot. Her brain fart. Having. Oh, couldn't move. So we decided to watch the new Tom and Jerry movie that came out, because when it happened, it was new. It was the real life one, and I couldn't sleep, couldn't roll over, couldn't do anything, and I was just sad. But next morning comes, and the plan was if I couldn't move my legs still, we were gonna go to the doctors and get that checked out. But when I woke up, it felt better, and then after like an hour or two, it felt like everything was gone, like I didn't even fall. In my head, disgusting. It was disgusting, and it was like 4, 5 weeks of the summer. But guys, using this cocoa butter right here, same brand, same exact one. It's kind of empty now since it's been here since that happened. We got it the day or 2 days after. I put it on my head every day. It's so bright in here, you can't see. I put it on my head every day, and you best betcha, it went away. Like, there's not even a little scar. Like, when school started, there was no evidence that I had injured myself. Besides the memory of it happening, there was no evidence besides the YouTube videos I have up that have the scar on my head. And I look back at those YouTube videos sometimes and I'm like, oh yeah, I did seriously injure myself this summer. And I did have a nasty scar that went away though. Like, even when I filmed those videos, it wasn't like an old injury. It was kind of fresh, and it cleared up super quickly. It was really ugly. I was scared I was going to look like that when school started. But yeah, that's it. I'm a brain injury. Now I'm going to do, because I kind of want to get to 10 minutes. I'm going to do my first Charlie horse. I don't know what is in my throat right now. And my water bottle is empty. Got any water? Oh, you do. Sorry. So, it wasn't the summer. It was like 2 years ago. It was like 2021, early 2021. 2020, it was late 2020. I was running around. I'm not flexible like that. I can do the splits. And there was one other thing that I can do. Oh, I can kick one of the sides, I don't remember which one, sides of my body is really flexible, but the other side it's not happening. So I was trying to practice some gymnastics, like do some cartwheels, didn't happen successfully. Handstands never happened. But I did it one time, and then I landed real hard. It kind of hurt, but I walked it off. And me being me, I said 2020, so this was like a few years ago. I was watching Barbie. I was watching Barbie, and I sat down to enjoy the good episode of Barbie. And then I went to stand up, couldn't do it. And at first I was like, oh, it's just a cramp. So I tried, and the thing that freaked, when I started like hyperventilating and freaking out, I don't think I used that word right. When I started like freaking out, it was when I couldn't move my toes. I went to go move my toes, and they just wouldn't. They weren't having it. And I was on the ground now. By this point, my brother was looking at me like I had like 16 heads. He thought I was being dramatic or playing until I started calling my mom. She was answering the phone. Turns out she was doing something. I think she was in the shower or something. And I was like calling her, calling her, calling her. And then my dad just happens to go downstairs. And then when I see him, I'm bawling, bro. I start yelling like, I can't move my leg. Help me. And then he's like, oh, it's just a Charlie horse. You'll be okay. And then basically he fixes it, the magic touch. And I felt stupid. But the thing is, the pain of that Charlie horse did not go away for another week. I was limping. I couldn't run. Um, and ever since that day, I have been extremely sad. No, careful when I get up. Because I have had like 6 Charlie horses after that. And each time I cry and I know it's going to go away, but it just stresses me out when your leg is locked. If you don't know what a Charlie horse is, I don't know how to medically or correctly define it, but I'm going to define it how I have it. But your leg basically locks, like it's a cramp, but it's it's like a twist and a twist and a twist on your muscles, bro. It just keeps twisting until you just can't move your toes. And seems to be, I always have like the first Charlie horse I had, severe. I think it was 4. After that, I had one in my sleep. I woke up from it, which is scary, bro. And then I had one. The other one I can remember is I got up to go. I think I was gonna get a popsicle, and bro, I tell you that one was bad. I had to use a little cart to walk around. I kind of want to title this now 3 story times, so I think I'm gonna give you another one. Dang it, I forgot what I wanted to. Hold on. This one is a little more serious, but I'm still gonna find a way to make a joke out of it because I can't take myself serious. Also, it's like 12 o'clock. Usually I'm in bed by now, so I'm probably gonna upload this, and I'm crashing, bro. You're gonna get that thumbnail tomorrow. But yeah, so this is about how, I don't think I've ever addressed this on the channel, but I have a fear of cars and driving. I'm 14, so I don't have to worry about that for another like 2 years. But they're kind of scary. When I think it was also 2020. No, it was 2021. It was last year. I was driving to Squell, yeah. And we were on this street in this van. I'm a very observant person, believe it or not. I know I'm like a little stupid, but I'm a very observant person because I'm kind of quiet. So I'm always looking at things, and I see a lot of things on the side of my eye. Most of the time, it's never actually there. So I saw the van, but I didn't pay attention to it, and then I'm staring at it now, dead on. And I thought something was odd about how every other car was stopping except for that van. And I actually do still have my heart skips a beat when I see white vans now. And I never did that, even though I was told as a child, white vans, kidnapper vans. But yeah, I saw it, and then so the speed limit's like, I don't even know, like 30, 40. Sorry. And they're going like 60, 65, 70, and they're not even trying to stop. And now that I think about it, I don't think they ever did. I think they just slightly slowed down because we almost hit them. So what happened was we started going because it was our light. They didn't slow down. I noticed that. My dad noticed that, and he told my mom to stop. And the car wasn't really fully stopped fast enough, so it was kind of, that's when they was like, then they slowed down and kept going though. And I was like, I couldn't, my heart was, and that's when I developed the fear. And I mean, I thought it would go away. I didn't think of it after that day. Until, I don't know, I don't actually know the timeline of it, but it currently happens. Like, if I were to get in a car, I'd probably, like, have a little heart. It's not like an internal, like, I'm screaming, I'm crying or stuff, but, it's like, I'll, like, internally, my heart doesn't beat when I see it. Like, I think yesterday or the day before it, 3 times in like 5 minutes, a car tried to hit us. Not tried, but almost hit us. And because of that van, I'm scared, and I'd be gripping onto the side of the car. So, if you were driving that van that day, I would just like to say thank you. Thank you for making me never want a license, and thank you for making me freak out every time I step into a car. So, thank you for that, and I just appreciate you so much. On the side note, I have arachnophobia, and I probably should have said that. It could be lurking. But, yeah, I discovered that when I had a panic attack when I saw a spider. Shaking, crying even. No, I wasn't, it wasn't even, I was bawling, like, streaming, shaking like this, bro. It wasn't like a shake, I was like doing jazz hands. But yeah, that doesn't count as a story. Unless you want to hear about it. So yeah, that's 3 stories, and, I'm gonna title this, I'm bored, so I have 3 story times for you. Thank you for sitting here through 3 stories, and, thank you for being here when I got bored and wanted to talk to a camera. Love you. Peace, man.